just shed a bit of positivity on the players that we have got who are doing really well. And one that I'd really like to talk about is Tav, because I think he's really showed up the last few games. I think he's not only is on the pitch, but also he's done some press as well. He's done some interviews after the games, and he has spoken like a captain, like a leader. And I've been a critic of his previously, sort of October, November time. I thought he was quite poor and wasn't actually given us much. He wasn't dynamic. He was looking to pass backwards at the first opportunity rather than looking forwards. But I think the last few games, I've watched him quite closely, and he has been, helping the attack. He's been back in defence. He's been all over the place. And I know he made a bit of a faux pas, didn't he, of sticking his finger up to the crowd at one time or shouting something to the North Stand. But I think we ought to cut him a bit of slack. I mean, he works tirelessly every game, and I think he's just been quite special the last few games. And I'm pleased that we've got him. And he's not the only one, of course.
And Ben says, yay, we could enjoy some positivity right now. Also saying good about Tav has been difficult since the incident. Good to share that we can change. Aaron always seems to be linked in windows. West Ham last summer, this time, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, they can whistle for it. He's not going anywhere, is he? I think the biggest compliment I can play Tav is that you really notice him when he's not there. And he does come in for some stick, along with Neil. I've had my moans about him over the last couple of seasons on and off, but I agree. He's really kind of stepped up, and I think he's really stepped up in that central midfield role, which he was forced to play for a number of games now. Obviously against Spurs, he was back out on the wing and produced 2 assists for 2 of the goals. So, but yeah, I think I don't know what it is about him. He's got energy more than anyone else. He pretty much always stays on for the 90 minutes, give or take. He's very versatile. He's a manager's dream. He can play, as he's proved now, central midfield, right, left, in the 10. And I agree with Neil. He's really kind of, last few games, he's really driven on and been a lot more proactive, a lot more kind of dynamic, and works his socks off. But yeah, I do think that you really don't realise how good he is or how important he is, should I say, until he's actually not there and not in the team. He's one of those players where you just miss him when he's not there. So yeah, I'm a big fan. He's obviously not going to go anywhere this window. Hopefully he's not going to go anywhere for some time. He's the sort of player we really want to keep around.
And interestingly, Matt, the incident towards the North Stand, which I'm really disappointed with, because it wasn't actually the reaction we gave him. It was something completely different, and obviously he misunderstood it. Credit to the man, though. Andoni Iraola's clearly had a word with him, and he's fought back in the way you should fight back, and that's on the pitch. And now you take Semenyo out the pitch and no longer a Bournemouth player. When you look at the top statistics of players in our team, he's in the top 3.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a change in attitude more than anything. He's a frustrating player. He always has and always will be, I think, in terms of he's not at the top level with his technical ability. So he lets himself down with a stray pass, giving away possession too easily, or a lack of end product on too many occasions for me. However, he does make up for that with his work rate and his versatility. And lately, certainly I think since that incident in the Everton game, we've definitely seen a change of attitude. So something's obviously gone on behind the scenes. Words have been exchanged, but between manager, coaching staff and player. And he's changed his attitude. And I think his performances have upped as a result of that, really. So I agree with Neil. I think in the last few games, we've seen the Tav that we all want to see on a consistent basis. And when he's brilliant, he's brilliant. He'll always cover every blade of grass. He'll always play in whatever position you want him to play. And he'll give you 100%. He's got that energy, that work rate. But what he hasn't got always is end product. And he gives away possession too easily. And he puts us into trouble at times. So I'd just like to see him work on that side of his game and try and make improvements. Because there's been times, isn't there, boys, where he's come up with moments of magic. I mean, you think about Man United away, that run and that free kick. And there's that's the one that springs to mind immediately. So yeah, he's capable. I just wish he was a bit more consistent with it, Tabs. And we'd love him to death, wouldn't we? But I'm with you, boys. I wouldn't like to lose him at this point. I think he is pivotal to us. I think he makes us tick a lot. I think he's an important cog in the system, really. And Andoni obviously likes him because he'll always play him. There's not many times you'll see him on the bench, is there? So that's probably speaks volumes, really.